All right, let's just jump right into this explainer. We're tackling a deeply frustrating, almost universal experience today: having your self respect attacked in public. The source material we're breaking down zeroes in on that very specific, very sharp pain. Picture this: you're in an argument over something pretty minor. You're keeping the conversation clean, but out of nowhere, the other person starts hurling absolute disrespect at you right in front of the whole room. You just freeze. You know if you say even one word back, they might lash out like a total maniac. It's frustrating, it's paralyzing, and honestly, you feel completely helpless in that moment, especially when neither your friends nor your teachers step in to help. So today, we're introducing a highly practical, no BS tactical breakdown to protect your self-respect and handle disrespect the legit way.
Now, naturally, when we feel this helpless, we look for solutions. And if you search around, you almost inevitably bump into this exact piece of cliché adult advice: stay quiet, ignore, and just smile. Right? We've all heard this when dealing with bullies. But as our source points out, while this sounds really cool and mature in theory, out in the actual real world, it is completely ineffective. The author actually points out they've tried this exact strategy since childhood, and it simply does not work to stop the harassment.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why that generic advice fails so hard. The expectation we're all sold is that ignoring a provocateur magically brings peace. But the harsh reality? When you ignore them, the attacker, and honestly, everyone watching, just thinks you're a coward. And if you try to literally just smile while someone is deeply disrespecting you to your face, people around you start to think you look a little crazy. This harsh reality totally validates why you feel so helpless when following that traditional advice. Doing this so-called mature thing often backfires, which is exactly why we need a much better, battle-tested strategy.
So, to fix this, we're going to climb what we'll call the escalation ladder. We'll climb step by step through 5 distinct levels, starting with annoying friends, moving to attention seekers, navigating public fights, surviving group bullying, and finally becoming entirely bully-proof. All right, level 1, handling disrespectful friends. Let's start right at the surface level with the people you actually hang out with. This is about those friends in your circle who aren't necessarily angry at you, but they casually curse, or they're the types who constantly slap or push you around for absolutely no real reason. It's casual disrespect, but it definitely chips away at your standing. The crucial point is how you respond. First, you've got to set clear boundaries with a serious tone. You need to directly tell them to stop. It might feel a little rigid at first, but looking them dead in the eye and showing a serious side makes them hesitate before crossing your boundaries again. Plus, do not chase their validation. Don't argue over every little thing, and please, avoid over-explaining yourself. You really need to cultivate a personality that naturally commands respect, where your friends actually fear making you angry simply because you clearly don't desperately seek their approval. Moving right along to level 2, defeating attention seekers. This is how the situation builds when we step outside our immediate friend group. Now we're facing provocateurs who lack respect entirely and just want to provoke a reaction. You know the type. They might not be highly respected themselves, but they love to pounce on others for pure entertainment. They want to show. So here is where the source provides an incredibly effective tactic. When they interrupt you, stare at them with curiosity for just 1 to 2 seconds, literally like you're watching a clown perform an odd trick. Then turn away completely naturally and simply resume your previous conversation with whoever you were talking to. This 3-second psychological trick is pure gold. It makes the provocateur incredibly nervous because you completely deny them the entertainment they were desperately seeking. Usually, they'll either quietly walk away or awkwardly try to genuinely join your conversation. But hey, you always have to read the room. Here's a crucial pro tip. If the provocateur has strong influence or is physically imposing, that clown stare might actually backfire. Instead, abruptly change the topic to distract them instantly. If a highly influential attacker approaches to provoke you, a sudden topic change is a really smart pivot. It makes them completely forget why they approached you in the first place, and they usually end up just getting involved in whatever new subject you just brought up. Okay, things get serious at level 3, navigating public fights. This is when a confrontation escalates loudly in front of the whole class. You're facing a verbal confrontation or a physical threat. The tension is high, and your absolute best initial move is just to exit before it blows up. But if you're trapped, you need a firm strategy. In these unavoidable situations, there are strict rules of engagement. During a fight, you absolutely must block their attacks. If they grab you, escape their grip, try to exit quickly, and report it calmly. But whatever you do, never punch first. The exact second you throw the first punch, you will immediately be labeled the attacker by teachers or authorities, and all the blame shifts right onto you. Also, do not panic. And this is key, don't cry when reporting it. And speaking of reporting, this is critical. If a physical altercation happens, you must secure your narrative by being the absolute first to inform a teacher or elder. If you don't go to them, your attacker will, and a fake case is going to be built against you. When you report, state clearly and calmly that you actively tried to avoid the conflict and walk away, but you were forced to defend yourself. Keep your emotions in check. Just stay entirely chill and easy while explaining it.
Let's escalate to the most dangerous situation. Level 4, surviving group bullying. This is when you're targeted by a group of 3 or 4 individuals all at once. You're sitting alone, minding your own business, and suddenly a whole group surrounds you to provoke you. When you're outnumbered like this, your immediate survival tactics absolutely revolve around staying composed and strategically removing yourself. Do not panic or show any nervousness. Do not reply to their provocations. Act completely chill, literally as if absolutely nothing out of the ordinary is happening. If sitting alone is making you a target, relocate immediately to sit with a friend. Better yet, if you sense a group forming and trouble brewing, just leave preemptively before they even get to you.
But there is a harsh reality here. And the source stresses that ego is completely useless in this scenario. Just drop your ego entirely. You simply cannot fight a whole group alone, especially if you don't have a backup group of friends to handle them on your behalf. If this group targeting becomes a regular occurrence rather than just a one-off event, quietly involving an authority is the absolute only logical step. Don't make a huge noisy scene about it, just quietly get the right people involved. Finally, we reach level 5, becoming bully-proof. This is where we shift completely from a defensive mindset to a highly proactive one. The ultimate goal here isn't just knowing how to fight back. It's transforming yourself so that you're never targeted to begin with. By adopting 4 specific habits, you fundamentally change your aura, making it totally clear to everyone that you are no longer an easy target. First, build presence. Improving your body language and making confident eye contact directly deters those who try to look down on you. Second, build skills. Learning martial arts or self-defense creates a natural internal confidence that bullies can literally sense. Third, build relationships. The more people in your environment who know and like you, the less vulnerable you are. It's like a shield. And fourth, don't be an easy target. Staying social, hanging out with friends, and remaining chill makes you virtually untouchable. Bullies look for isolated, highly reactive people, so don't give them that. So the final question you have to ask yourself is this. Will you continue relying on ineffective, cliched advice that just leaves you a spectator to your own disrespect? Or will you step up, implement these real-world tactics today, and build the presence that makes you completely untouchable tomorrow? The choice is entirely yours.